Hey, what's up everybody? BDO44 coming at you another video. All right, so just came back, of course, from my ATM situation. Gonna take care of the room today. Very thankful that my uncle sent that over. So that is not a concern at all. Woke up this morning feeling pretty good, no complaints. Did the routine, did my art, did some laundry this morning. That was what I decided to do today, and you know what I mean, just enjoying my day thus far. It's nice weather, a little warm, but nothing incredible. Of course, we're coming up on the summertime, so it's gonna be warmer over here than in a lot of places because it's the valley, but it ain't bad yet. It'll get there soon enough. But yeah, man, just you know, just trying to maintain. I think that, you know, it was important that I got my Laker win out this morning with the Celtics making the finals. I wanted to reiterate to everybody who watches me what my expectations for this franchise is. So if you care about the Lakers, I think you'll laugh at my seriousness. Very serious. But you know, I mean, if anything, I'm just like many others who are paying attention, just frustrated by what's going on with the genocide, man. I mean, yeah, I wake up in the morning, I feel privileged to get up and have somewhere to lay my head, even though it's not my own. And, you know, I don't have a whole lot right now in this life of mine. I'm still in between circumstances that provide stability, but I got a family taking care of me and all that. I'm privileged greatly. Many people that are alive today don't benefit from what I'm able to. So far be it from me to sit up and act like my life is in any way bad right now. It's not, and that's just the reality of it. But at the same time, I wake up and I feel unhappy because of things that I see going on elsewhere, you know, and that's where my unhappiness is. It's not with my own circumstance. I'm not waking up in the morning praying to God for my life to get better, although it could benefit a great deal from things improving. That's not where the frustration lies in my life. My frustration lies with the lack of humanity being shown by my government and the sheer compromised nature of that government, allowing for this genocide to take place in front of all of us while they gaslight us as if it's not happening or as if it's oops type of happenstance, you know, like it's so disrespectful how they address this situation when we all know that they are funding this genocide. They might as well just come out and put a big middle finger in there and say F Palestine. That would be something that would better represent their actions. You know what I mean? And now look at some of these other individuals who are not on that side of the fence but are very much involved in the killing of these people. And they're, you know, signing bombs. I saw a lady she was running for president 2 years ago. Now she's signing bombs. You know, it's like signing bombs in Israel, saying, you know, get them all, and America loves Israel. Like, so that when people look at who's to blame for this, they automatically look at the American people. It's the same thing I say about the Israeli government, what they're doing. And the moment people get mad, they start thinking about how to get back at them. They want to retaliate on who? People, not governments. You know, people. They ain't thinking about doing nothing to the people who are actually making this happen. Yo, vitriol is gonna go to wanting to destroy the entire place. And I know that that's what that is meant to do. The evil in these people want us, the citizens of this country, to take the blame for the activities of this government, of these governments. And that's why I think it's so important that the average person speak up and speak out in times like this, because it's so evident and clear that that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it look like we are all on board with this or don't care nothing about this. And when people look for revenge, the first thing they're gonna do is look at the people who did it and look at the people who are complicit. And if we appear complicit, guess what they're doing? You see what I'm saying? So that's why I think it's important that we speak up, man. Don't let these people speak for you with their silence, if that makes any sense. They want to be quiet. Don't let them be quiet on your behalf. When they see people and babies being held up in the air with no head, and they want to talk about, oh, it's just a fire broke out. Like, nah, that makes people angry with you. That makes people angry with the average person. They're not just going to be angry at the person who said that. They think these are the people that we're voting in, that we're behind this, that this is what we want to see happen. It's like, nah, man, I don't want to see that happen. These people don't represent me. That woman who signed them bombs don't have my interests at heart. She wants you to hate me. She wants you to bomb me and my family for her evil actions. That's what she wants. America doesn't love Israel. America is a bunch of people that may not even know the intricacies of what's going on with Israel. We don't even know to like or love Israel. A lot of us are too busy focused on things that have nothing to do with that. For her to be sitting up here saying we love, nah, we don't. She don't speak for us, man. She needs a jail cell. That woman needs to be in positions to be held accountable for the crimes of genocide, just like a lot of other people who are getting up here talking about, oh, this is a fire broke out, or Hamas terrorists. Ain't none of that representing me as a citizen of this country, man. What represents me as a citizen of this country is everything I said in this camera on my platform here. That's what I want to represent me, not these evil politicians that I cannot hold accountable because of the lack of power that I have in my own personal circumference. If it were up to me, those people would have to answer for these things. You understand what I'm saying? If it were up to me, you wouldn't have seen a single Palestinian passed away from nothing other than natural causes. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have any interest in hurting anybody in Palestine. I don't have any friends in Israel. You understand? America's friends. They ain't my friend. I'm sick of these governments representing their people in horrific ways that frankly make the world hate people. People aren't doing this to people. Governments are doing this to people. Corporations are doing this to people. Israel is working independent of the people of America. The UK government is working independent of the people of the UK. Zionism is working independent of humanity in and of itself. They're on their own. They're not representing Jews. It took this for us to really fully understand that. But I'm not mad at any Jewish people. No Jewish person did this. Governments doing this. People who pretending to be Jewish people are doing this. Not actual Semitic individuals. They're not doing this. And so that's what my heart is right now. I just want people to understand that, man. I don't like the fact that these governments are representing us poorly. I don't like that they want to speak for us and write stuff on bombs saying that we love Israel. I don't even know anybody in Israel. For me to want to fight their battles and see them succeed in their genocide, I ain't got no interest in seeing them succeed in killing children. The hell kind of maniac really wants something like that to be the case, man? Nobody in their right mind wants to actually see that, bro. You got to be believing something spiritually that is horrible in nature to want to see children die. I know people on the streets don't want to see children die. They're going to do everything they can to keep from hurting kids. Kids, bro? Come on, man. I don't want to see my enemies lose their child, fam. Because the child ain't got nothing to do with that. And the child can be raised a different way. If I got a problem with a grown man, I got a problem with a grown man. I don't have a problem with his children. You see what I'm saying? So no, they don't represent me. They never represented me when they speak that way. They don't represent anybody I've ever heard of. They don't represent my faith or the faith of my brother. They don't represent us. And unfortunately, I can't speak for good people in Israel, because I don't know what they're doing. I don't get to hear from them. I just see the idiots that are representing them tell us that this is what they think. And I have to imagine there's a lot of Israeli people that don't want to see babies with their heads off. 2,000-pound bombs dropped on people that were herded into the zone from which them bombs was placed. Talking about it was safe. I don't need that type of destruction attached to my name for any reason whatsoever. Not for the betterment of nothing. Not even saving my own life would I want people to do that in my name. You understand what I'm saying? Not even to save me would I want you to do something like that to innocent people. I respect the fear of being of what the terror could be of being a hostage. But if it takes killing 30,000 people to save me, fam, I'll stay here, man. You ain't got to come rescue me that bad if that's what's required. I'm sorry. I'm a grown man. I don't need children to die to save my life. I wouldn't want to take a organ from a child to save me from something. Like if I had to die or get a transplant from a child, I'm cool, fam. I lived 40 years. You know what I'm saying? Say honestly. I would have to be taught to think that way. My humanity don't work like that naturally. Which brings me to another point. There was a lady online yesterday. I don't know if she has a TikTok or what. I don't imagine she has a Instagram page of her own, but somebody took from her page somewhere else and put it on Instagram for us to see. I don't know what her name is. She said she was raised in Zionist Israel and has only since awoken to the error of what it is that she's been following very recently. And she showed us things that are in the book that they read in her religion, which she says is not Judaism, but more so Zionism. And it's not the Torah, it's something else. It's what it starts with a T that they read. And some of the stuff that's in there is so damn egregious that it would make your head spin. The stuff that they believe inherently to their spirit would explain a lot of what it is that we're seeing here in regards to us not being aware that they're reading stuff like this, some of the evil and the lies that they believe, how they view people who are non-them. It's unbelievable how radical what she placed on that screen was 3. It's radical, man. Absolutely horrible for anyone outside of their circumference to be able to survive within those parameters that they set for these people. And so what I'm saying to you is this. We need to find what's in those books. We need to get those Zionist books and read them. We need to know what's in there that would make them feel like it's okay to slaughter children in the name of their own lives. That is taught. That's not something that people just look around and agree to. That's something that's put in a book that they believe inherently in their spirit. And I got a glimpse of what it is that they're looking at. I want to see the rest. Because a lot of that stuff is just inherently backwards. And it will ultimately reflect poorly upon them, which will easily be debunked if we could just get some people on the outside of it to take a look at it and speak against what it is they see there. Because it ain't hard to debunk a lot of that stuff. You got to give that crap to people with children and keep them from the rest of the world in order for them to actually believe some of that. I mean, the stuff on there was like, what? So that would explain why y'all doing this. So that would explain why y'all think it's okay to do that. So that would explain why we don't know that this is going on in your heads. If you guys are reading this and you think it's the Torah, that ain't the Torah. That is Satanism. That's a devil's book. Essentially teaching them to be paranoid, aggressive, and ultimately not respect children. That's what I read. A lot of stuff that would have it so that they would lie on purpose inherently to others to protect themselves. That's what I was reading there. And I took a screenshot of everything she posted. It was unbelievable. And this is a woman directly from Israel, whose whole family is Zionist. They're mad at her. Very mad at her for releasing this information and for taking the stance that she does. But she's wired a certain way to where she didn't buy the bull crap all her life. And now she finally sees exactly what it is that was hinted in her mind in regards to her spirit, telling her to go against the stuff that they're teaching everybody. It's like I was saying in my last therapy session. You got to be wired a certain way to step outside of the norms of the things that everybody around you claims as normal. She spoke as if she identified herself as someone wired differently in exactly the way that I said. And that's why she didn't believe what was given to her and questioned all of it, despite no one around her doing that. And there are those people out there in Israel who don't deserve to have a bomb dropped on their head in response to the evil that their country is doing. And I think of those people, the good ones, the good Jewish people in Israel, who maybe were born there, but have a certain level of humanity in them that doesn't want to see people die, man. Don't want to see people treated poorly. Don't want to see people suffer the ills of some wicked, backwards religious extremism that tells one another to lie to everyone but one another about their intentions to basically dominate the world. I want people to understand that one of the things that I read in that was that they believe it's okay for people to have sex with children over the age of 3. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? That's in their book. That's in their Bible, their Quran. That it's okay to do that. That it's okay to lie. That you're supposed to destroy all your enemies and their children. Stuff that they're doing. It's in their Bible, fam. The Zionist, so to speak, Bible. There's stuff in there that would turn your stomach. And there's a lot of people out here who read that book. And in that book, it tells them not to tell you what's in that book. She just happened to be telling us what's in there against what is everything that she's been taught and everything that would otherwise be safe in her life. She gave us a glimpse into just how all this comes together for a lot of people that we think have a lot going for themselves, but really are religious extremists and utter psychopaths. Even if I knew her name, I wouldn't tell you what it is. You understand what I'm saying? That's how dangerous what she's doing is. I would have told her not to do this, but it's necessary. We need to know that such things exist. We need to know that's what's driving all of this. And the people who control your government, who control your media, who control some of these favorite companies that you love everything from, they are reading this shit. They believe in this. And when it comes down to them or you, they don't act on it. The pedophilia that runs amok in this world, this is what's in their Bible. 3, purposefully lie. Purposefully treat people differently based on their non-religious allegiances to what it is they got going on themselves. All of the worst stuff in the world. They're teaching this stuff to people, man. That's the secret. That's why you see a whole continent of people, not a continent, but a whole country of people appearing to stop aid. Because in their Bible, it teaches them how to think this way and feel this way and be this way. That's why they're that way. It makes all the sense in the world when you think of it as something that's religious, that's taught to people from birth, generationally. Of course they're going to think this way. Of course they're going to try to stop aid for people who are starving. That's why. It's in their Bible. And she gave us a glimpse into that. That's why they think it's okay to murder children and treat them poorly. They don't mind doing a lot of things to children that they don't want you to know about, that they know would be bad for business, but it's really inherently in them to do that based on what it is they're reading. You know, a person like myself could care less that it would be unwise for me to utter this to you. I'm wired just right to not care about any of that. All I care about is the truth. And I try to figure out why somebody would think it's so normal to be so cruel. It's because it's in their books that they should be this way, that they're wrong for not. They taught this. That's why so many people agree to it, because it's religious bound. These ideals that we think are the worst thing we've ever seen, they truly are devoted to. We think it's just like kind of weird that they're acting this way. No, this is exactly the way they were taught from a spiritual strength type level. And all you Zionists know damn well I'm not lying. You know I ain't lying. And some of y'all may not actually know that book exists, or that that's what's in the book, or maybe y'all don't read the book that closely or whatever, but I'm telling you, that is what it is. That's what she gave us a glimpse into. And then she said it was more than what it was that she showed us. She just showed us excerpts from it. There's like a whole book full of this evil shit that they follow to a core, to a T, and they call it the Torah, but that ain't the Torah. Just like they call themselves Jews, but they are not Semitic. They are demonic. And this is the type of stuff that they're reading. So these religious extremists, there's a method to all of that. There's a method to that madness. They've been fed poison for generations. Poison that would make them inherently every real definition of evil there is. And they have not been exposed to anything that would otherwise debunk that in a lot of cases, or have been taught how not to take it seriously. For this works for them. And they control the earth in the way that they do, so there's no reason for them to embark on anything other than what it is that they do. That's the evil in it. That's the evil that keeps them attached to it. Even if they think this is wrong, it works. Why? Because they're everywhere. They control the government, they control everything. So why wouldn't what their ideals be worth following for them? I'm telling you, man, we're dealing with a deeper evil amongst us and a lot of the people who are walking and running the world today. It's a deeper evil than we thought. They're studying this crap like it's something to really follow, man. And we need to know what the hell those books are. We need to crack them books open, snatch them away from these people, and find out what the hell they're teaching one another that would make them think it's okay to do the things that we're seeing them do right now. And we need to reach people and give some of them, any of them who would be possible in changing their minds, the truth about what it is that they're doing and how it ultimately reflects upon them. Because up until this point, there's no reason for them to think it doesn't work. There's no reason for them to turn away from it, because it works. Until now. And I'm telling you, man, I believe in God. I do. And he put it in me to tell all of you what it is that I'm able to tell you. There's some things out there that people are studying that makes them flat out hurt children, man. Ain't deeper than that. Flat out lie about their intentions. Flat out mistreat people. All of that. The Zionist Bible, so to speak. The so-called Torah that ain't the real Torah. Know about it, man. Get familiar with that. I wish I knew the name of it, what it actually is called, but it doesn't come to mind right now. But that's what I have to say, man. And I expect more people like her to start coming about, opening up them books and telling us what's in there. Because a lot of people just flat out ain't going to be with the evil, man. They're going to start seeing the world turn on them, and it ain't going to make no sense to continue doing this stuff. Like I said, a lot of them follow it because it works. If it stops working, some people just want to be on the winning side. When they start realizing the side they own is losing, they're going to turn coat quick. That's why I want people to know that I know. A lot of people are going to be showing us what's on the other side of the fence in regards to this, because flat out, they're going to be fearful of what it means to still be on that side. That's why it's important that we keep on stepping up to the plate and speaking and making this environment much more difficult for those individuals. That is one of the functionalities of our protests, of our speaking up, of our continuing to post on forums how we feel. We need to get louder. We need to become more normal in regards to what people see around here, so they'll join the fight. Anybody that saw that baby without his head should be ready to talk right about now, I'd imagine. If nothing else before this got you there, this should have got you there. Because Israel's been lying, as told to them in their books to do, about 40 headless babies and all different types of evil stuff that they painted out that isn't true. And we saw real headless babies 2 days ago getting bombed. 2,000-pound bombs coming from US, dropped on them by UK planes, from what I understand. US bombs dropped from UK planes, aviated by Israeli soldiers. That is how evil all of this, in conjunction, all this works. Dropped on poor people who don't have nothing, friends. Nothing at all. People who were told to go to the area they're in when they got bombed. Just like we've seen so many other cruel-like circumstances in that manner throughout the course of this genocide. Go here, boom, bomb that. Convoy that way, boom, bomb the convoy itself. This is going to be a safe area for you. Boom, they bomb it as soon as these people get there. This is not new. We've been seeing them be this cruel to these people the whole time. Anybody that's been following this genocide close enough has heard tactics like that at least 7 or 8 times. And the people on the ground, unfortunately, it's not like they're tapped in a lot of cases. So they don't know that they can't trust these people. They don't know what to do. We can't relate to that at all. I hope we never do. But I'm telling you, man, I don't have to touch a fire to know that it's hot and to not want to be burned, man. And as it pertains to their trauma, it don't take me going through it to want to see the urgency to rescue them from it. I guess it's a gift of mine. But I feel for these people, man, and I think we should as well. These people have family men and family women who are tasked with protecting their children with no pay, no way to do so, with no training to do so, and with a whole army after them like they are tactical army coming against that army. Can you imagine? No, you probably can't. That's the scary part. You really can't. If your army turned on you and hunted you in your own streets, or if a foreign army came from nowhere land and suddenly started hunting you in your own streets, then you may have the whiff of understanding of what that's about. And probably wouldn't be half as strong as the people who are going through it now, because your faith ain't as strong and you're distracted by the propaganda put in front of you, telling you to love things and hate whatever the hell else, being different in regards to human beings. So if this were to happen to you, you wouldn't handle it as well as them. Amen. And that's what I'm telling all of y'all, man. We got to grow to be more intent on understanding the urgency necessary from us to help others, man. And it can't just be about our own circumstances, our own people. If it ain't about mine, it ain't hurting us, I'm over here. That is exactly what's required for all of this to continue. And when they're done over there, they're going to bring it over here. Y'all got to wake up out of that. My side or no side. That type of division is why this type of evil has been able to live in the crux of the space between us. We need to get those lines closer together so that we can be a bigger enemy against that enemy, man. That's the only way. We got to. It sounds corny, but it's true. You got to come together to beat something like this, because it's definitely coming together to beat you. How much urgency do we need to have? That's my question. How much urgency is necessary to get everybody who's silent on board? How many different ways do we need to paint it out to you that people are being slaughtered and psychologically bullied? Children, little bitty kids. You know how fearful you are when you're a child, when you don't have the strength to defend yourself and you don't know what's going on around you? All you feel is deep, strong emotions. Many of y'all may not remember your childhood, but I definitely remember mine. It's 10 times more scary to be a child than it is a grown-up. And these kids are faced with things that grown-ups would pee in their pants over. Grown-up, strong, muscle-bound men would fold at the sight of the things that these children are faced with. You understand what I'm saying to you? Soldiers, some of soldiers wouldn't be able to endure some of the stuff these babies is going through on the day in and day out basis. Losing everybody, 10, 12 members of their families. Seeing bodies all over the ground of people they love. Some of y'all couldn't stand to be in a damn cemetery. Couldn't walk through a morgue as grown-ups. You understand what I'm saying to you? You need to find the urgency to be empathetic in your lives, man. I don't want to pretend I know who's on the other end of this, but if you don't feel what I'm saying, you need to get around to it. You need to understand there's something different within you that needs to change back to what it needs to be in terms of humanity, man. You got to find your humanity in times like this. You are needed. You are needed now. This ain't the time to be indifferent. This ain't the time to be thinking about yourself. This ain't the time to be thinking about what you want. It's time to grow up and be responsible on the earth for your times. You're alive right now. You're a grown up right now, potentially. You're an adult. And we will be remembered for how we handle these circumstances, how we responded to these circumstances are etched in stone. They will be the imprint. And the first thing that people mention about you is, did they speak up on the genocide of 2023, 2024? Or were they silent? Above some of your accolades, above some of the stuff, because this is what defines the times we're in. So if you didn't act a certain way during these times, it will be what people speak of in regards to you. I better look around, man. I've run out of time to speak. I thank everybody for taking the time to listen to this. My name is BDF44, and I'm out.